Hey there, my name is Timothy and I'm not a student anymore. I finally stopped studying. Yo! I was really happy about this thing, but reality struck me on something I wasn't expecting, and that is I am not a student anymore, so who I have to be? I have no idea. I don't know. Future waits me, unemployment waits me as well, and I have to figure out my life, and I have about 3 months left to do it, and I'm not sure what I want to do. And today I want to talk about finishing studying and how it affects your life, and what you can get from this video is understand it for yourself if you're going to be in the situation in a year or two, or maybe you're like me and you just stopped studying, or maybe you're a year in a gap year or something like this. If you have an ability to get a gap year, it's nice. I really can't, for various reasons, let's say like that. But eventually all it means is I have to figure out what I have to do in my life in a really small amount of time, and it's not easy on my mind at all. I feel stressed and pressured by this, and it doesn't get easy just because I stopped studying. So let me explain. When I was in school, I really was thinking about this day when I'm finally going to be out of the system. When I was in like second or even third grade, I was already like dreaming of this time. I wanted to be free, let's say, and have all of my time dedicated to myself, not to learning math, physics, biology or something like this, right? And now when I'm out of the system, it doesn't really get easier. It sounds so odd. It was supposed to be so easy. It's not. The reason for that is, even though I don't have to study anymore, even though my life is all up for me, my brain is so not used to this, it wants to fall back in the same routine. Because when I was going back from school, yes, I spent time in gym, yes, I spent time walking outside in nature, talking to someone, listening to music, right? But I also spent time, for example, scrolling on social media or watching pointless content and stuff like this, and yada yada yada. And when you have too much time left and your brain was hardwired for the system for like last 10, 12, 14 years, how much you studied, I don't know, your brain feels lost, and if you don't build a routine, you'll basically, inertia will move you to something. It won't be your decision. You can think it's your decision. No, you'll be basically, you will feel like a leaf in a windy place. Where wind blows, you go there. And given the fact that our society really encourages laziness, let's say like this, what you and will probably not I'm not saying about you exactly, but I'm saying it for a lot of people. What you might end up doing is doom scrolling, binge eating some like bad food, or wasting your time without realization where it went, and basically procrastinating on everything. And trust me, it's so bad when you have all this in your head. And in my situation, there's also a problem is I'm living in a small city where I'm working, and there is not really much of people who I know who I can talk to, and that's a problem as well, because I sit with all this in my head, and it's so hard actually. But I have to figure it out, right? I have about 3 months left before things change, and I have to figure out that by then I cannot have a gap year, and I'm also going to talk about gap year in this video. But what I want to do is reflect on my own life and give you some advice in case you're going to be in this situation in year 2, in 3, I don't know, or you're in this situation right now, or you have a gap year right now, and you want to figure out what's next. I really hope this video finds you well. So let's kind of begin. It was a really long introduction, but let's do it. I was studying and I finished my school, and I don't have to study anymore by law. I can just work or do nothing, allegedly. But being so free doesn't feel free. Does this make sense? Like, imagine, like, close your eyes right now and try to imagine what's freedom for you. Like imagine you don't have like the financial problems or the studying problems. You can just do whatever you want and you have nothing to worry about. What's freedom for you then? Like then, what's freedom for you? Okay, maybe by now you have imagined it, or maybe you have not. Maybe it's hard for you to do so quickly. And in the second case, you're most likely like me, and I'm going to try to help you. You see, the problem is you can't really be concrete on what freedom is if you don't have the worries. Because freedom in the meaning of doing nothing doesn't exist. I hope you understand me. Freedom is a different thing for every single person. It depends from one person to another, and based on your life experience, it's going to be different. My phone screen, for example, trying to die, I don't know why, to turn off basically. When you have to figure out what you're going to do with your life, and you have to do it in complete silence without any pressure or something, it might load up too much on you. When you're in school system, you're busy all the time, you don't have no free time to do it, you don't know what you're going to do, and it kind of gives you an excuse to just put it, like, lay it back on and do something different, right? But the problem is, this time it's not going to change, it's not going to be different. Like, figuring out who you want to be and what are you going to be in the future is up to you right now, not on like some day when you're afraid of the system. Figuring out what you're going to do and what you really want to do is also up to you right now, not in some future. Like, please trust me on this, because I stopped giving a shit about my studying like 2 years ago. I was studying just to pass, and it didn't mean I focused on doing what I wanted to do, because I wasn't aware of that yet. And time went by too quickly, I guess. I was able to do something, but not that much, unfortunately. And now I'm just struck with the reality of I have to figure this out, and I have a few months left to do it. And then it's going to be either decided for me, or I have decided myself and do it quickly. And the amount of things I have to decide in a short amount of time is what builds all this pressure. So you don't have to postpone it at all. Procrastination is a bitch, and we all know that, but the amount of epiphany you get when you are obliged to do something. For example, for me, it's basically laws of my country. For you, it can be parents. For you, it can be your financial situation. I don't know. And when it's going to hit you, it's not going to be nice if you have no plan A and plan B. So you better start doing it right now, like in the exact moment. I know, I don't care if you in like 7th grade or 8th grade or something. Fucking do it right now, please. At least write down what you might have liked to do. Like, you don't have to be exactly sure, because you're still figuring yourself out, right? But you have to take action in the moment. I mean, it sounds so obvious, but trust me, it actually not. It's actually so not obvious for you when you're younger, because you have so much things you have to take care of. You have your hobbies, you have your friends, you have something to do, you have school, you have something else, and yeah. It all basically stacks together, and you feel like you have zero free time. And this means you have, basically your brain gives you an excuse, well, rest now, do it later. The same goes with like something you want to create. I don't know, maybe you want to write music, maybe you want to record videos like me, whatever it's for you. But you will always feel like you don't have time for that, and the right moment is never going to happen. It's pretty obvious to say, but I'm just going to repeat it, because it's still, even though it's so obvious, it's actually not for a lot of people. Just start doing it right now. And if you don't have time, okay, sleep 1 hour less, record the video and post it. Period. Well, it's unhealthy. Yes, I know it's unhealthy. Life is unhealthy itself. But saying that doesn't mean you have to kill yourself with drugs. If you have to sacrifice something, it's going to be, for example, 1 hour of your sleep, go for it if you have to. I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that you can do it. If you feel like you have too much time given to all of the things taken all your day, and you only have, for example, 1 hour in night time, okay, then do it this time. Please, like, just trust me, that don't postpone it. It's the worst thing you can do. And when you go on to be closer to this moment of graduation, you will be more relieved with this, because you always will have worries, you always will have things to worry about and take care of. But if you are building something before it happens, you don't feel as pressure. For example, I'm feeling right now, because I'm not sure. I'm really lost in this. Also, I think it's about abundance and scarcity and the dynamic between those two things in life, because when you have too much of something, it feels too good and you feel bad about it. When you have too little of something, it feels bad all the time and you think you have to have more of that. And I will give an explanation based on my own experiences. So when I moved in a country where I'm studying right now, I finished studying, where I'm living right now, I moved to a really small city and it was like 14,000 people. There was basically nothing in the city. It was so boring. There was nothing happening. Actually, worst mistake of my life. Never move in a small city when you're young. Never do it, please. And if you're young, just move out of the small city if you can. But back to the topic. I had a really remote stuff, like everything was so remote for me. Every shop was like 20-25 minutes to walk there. Post office was like 10 minutes, not 10, like 15-20 minutes to walk there. And all of the stuff you have to do, it was so like far away. You have to spend so much time walking and just going there and there and there. Shopping mall was in different cities, so I had to take a bus. If I, for example, for some reason had to go to McDonald's, even though I don't really advise it, but still, it was also in a different city. And then I changed school, which was actually my sole decision. And I recorded a video about that in February 2025. I also recorded a 1-year reflection of this video recently. You can watch it. It's near the seaside. You will see it on the thumbnail. But still, I moved there, and the location in which my dorm was located, because I was living in a dorm, right? I had post office, McDonald's, shopping mall, gym, and bus station, all within 5 minutes of my walking, basically, and a bank as well, like the bank I use. And being so close to everything, it felt really nice, but it only like took for me like 2 or 3 months to just stop caring about it. I stopped really appreciating it. I wasn't really going to the mall that much, and that was the moment it really hit me that when you have too much of something, you don't really appreciate it. When you have nothing, you really appreciate it, and you wish you had more of that. And it goes the same way for everything, basically. And also it goes the same for free time. You don't appreciate your free time when you have all day free. That's why you can make, like, I think you experienced this stuff at least once. When you have a day off, for example, school or extra day of something, and you have so much free time, you end up doing nothing. Like, you had all the time in the world to do what you wanted, and you do nothing, because your brain is not used to that. As I said, your brain was hardwired for the last like 12, 14, 8, 10 years, I don't know, to just study and go back home, and then you have free time in the evening. So when you have full day off, you eventually might start doing something in the evening because you procrastinate for no reason, actually. And all of that stacks up on a thing that once you have abundance of that, it doesn't mean you're going to appreciate it. You're just going to feel it maybe for a week or two, and then you're going to just forget about it, and your days will be going too much, like too quick. Think about your summer break when you didn't do that much. If you had this one, I mean, I believe every single person who is not like born in the greatest family, who raised them to do a lot of stuff and not forced to do something, you ended up at least once like basically feeling like you wasted a month of your life in the summer. You have like summer break, 2 or 3 months depending on the country, and you just wake up and it's July. You wake up, it's August, and you don't really understand where the time gone. The reason for that is when you have so much time which is free for you but it's unorganized, you just waste it. That's why you have to have a routine, and that's what school gives. The problem is school gives dumb routine, which doesn't really benefit you in other way, except for the fact that you have to be there and learn something just because system told you to. But once you're out of the system, you have to build it for yourself. And that's what you have to do. Because if you're thinking about finding yourself, taking a gap year off and just well, I'm going to think about what I have to do in my life, I'm going to travel and find myself. Bro, you cannot find yourself, you can only create yourself. It's actually not me, it's Johnny Depp, but yeah. You have to do something in order to understand it. And if you just do nothing, you're gonna end up doing what the wind told you to do. Basically, you will feel like a leaf in a wind. Where the wind blows, it will blow you with the wind as well. And unfortunately, in our world, which really encourages laziness, you might end up doing something not really productive, not really nice, like doom scrolling on social media, or getting addicted to something, or just, as I said, wasting time playing video games, something like this. And time will go by so fast, it's going to end up and you will be feeling like you have missed something, and you didn't do something, and you will feel this fucking FOMO thing. So to not feel it, you have to right now slap you in the face, understand that you have to do something and create a routine for yourself. Because any person that says that schools are good, they don't necessarily mean the education content, they mean the education system in terms of routine. Which is dumb as well, because I fucking hate waking up at like 7 a.m. to go to school at 8. I really hate it, I don't like it at all. But if we say I have to do it differently, and I can wake up, for example, at 9 every single day and do something productive. You can wake up at 5, you can wake up at 4 a.m. It depends on what you have to do and your preferences and your biological clock, because different people work best at different hours. But you have to build it in order to be productive and do something. And being productive is necessary if you want to feel fulfilled. Because when you have so much free time and you do nothing, you feel empty. That's the thing. And that's why building something of a routine, of repeated cycle of actions is necessary. For example, you'll feel like you have to go to gym and you'll build a routine where you go on, for example, once every 2 days. So it will, for example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, right? Something like this. Then you have some cardio, stuff like this. Or you're recording music and you just learn about 1 hour of content every single day at the same time. Or you read books at the same time. It all can help you, and it all can benefit you, and to do it and to be more organized, you have to schedule it in some time chunks, because if you're going to do it randomly, you're most likely going to miss a lot of this time. Trust me, just thinking you're going to wake up and thinking you have to read and you'll read more, maybe it will be one day you'll read for 3 hours, in the next 2 days you're going to read nothing, and eventually you'll end up with the same results. It's not going to be better, and you might even like skip more. Also, the avoid you feel because of you're doing nothing, that's why I think that freedom doesn't exist in a way that we try to think about it. I mean, it depends. If you're born in some really proper family and your prosperous parents told you about things in life and you are more aware of that, then yes, you can experience freedom. But I believe that freedom is a concept that doesn't exist because people define it as doing nothing, and doing nothing is impossible in our world, right? So freedom as a concept, which most people think about it, is an utopia basically, right? Because in order to feel sane, you have to have some hobbies, you have to have some action in your life. So you're actually not busy. I mean, you're actually busy with something. You're not free. You see? I had a few more great points, but when I was recording this video yesterday, I tried to do it near seaside, and unfortunately my camera died, and my microphone died as well while I was recording, so I recorded like 40 minutes of me talking because I tried to shut it 2 times, and 2 times it failed. And I basically spoke into emptiness, and it wasn't really great, you see. But I will tell, even for this video, I was forcing myself to record for the last 2 weeks, and I finally was able to do it. I can also reflect more because it was over a month since I stopped studying at all. And trust me, the first thing that came out of my life because of this void was bed rotting. Like, I'm just going to accept it because I'm also part addicted to social media. Okay, I'm not a perfect person. I'm just me. Okay, I'm not good nor ill, simply I am. Thanks, it's okay. That's how it was going for me. I started doing something, and when I'm doing something, I actually feel happy, and when I'm doing nothing, I feel bad. It's also a concept which feels like a lot of people waste their free time and then they feel the most miserable during the day when they have their free time. Because when you're doing nothing, it's not really natural for you as well. Your brain is supposed to do something. Your brain is supposed to have tasks. It's how we have been biologically programmed, right? You cannot go against that. So you have to lock in and do something. Like, bro, like literally, I'm saying, maybe I'm saying two obvious things, but I'm just repeating it because unfortunately a lot of people don't remember it. As for me, I'm also searching for my stuff. I started to take an action in trying new things. For example, I'm going to record some music right now. I'm, just in case you want, I'll link the Spotify below, like not Spotify, but SoundCloud below. And we'll see if I can succeed in the music or at least make something which I enjoy because I really love music overall. If you're also feeling lost, I can recommend watching maybe a few films. There are going to be a lot of good recommendations. You can ask AI in it if case you need to. But a few of the good films which can help you, like, I don't know, The Pursuit of Happiness, for example, of when you're feeling completely lost and not sure, and you still believe in yourself, stuff like this. But overall, like some of the books about finding yourself, discovering yourself can help you because you can see different perspectives of life. But always be sure to take your own opinion into account and be what that's the most, and use other sources as inspiration, not the main point, right? Because you have to be you in the end. You have to create yourself, and that's your point after you stop studying. And overall in life, but more after you stop studying. I think that's it for me. It was really nice. I wish I could show you the moon or something, but it also was raining today, so I wasn't able to go there a second time. Really love talking to you, and we'll see each other in the next video. Keep grinding, it will pay off. Peace.